Hey guys, what's up? Reese here. I've got a brand new shoe pickup to show you. This is a pair that just released on Saturday, January 11th, 2014. What we're looking at is the Nike Air Zoom Flight the Glove. This was a PRM or premium release. These are known as the Green Abyss or Tech Challenge gloves. And the colorway listed on the box is Green Abyss, Black, Bright Magenta, and Turf Orange. I'm a big fan of the gloves. This is actually my first pair, but I've just always kind of liked the styling of them. And one thing that I really like is, in general, most of the pairs you see have a solid color upper, and I mean the swoosh is a different color, but other than that it's just a single color, which kind of makes sense to me because, you know, the shroud kind of hides everything that's going on with the shoe, you know, in terms of lacing and all the materials, and that by having just a single color, it just keeps it really simple, and you can focus, you know, more on just the shape and not any of the little bits that are hidden by the shroud. But in this case, I really like the graphic print upper. The Tech Challenge nickname comes from the fact that these draw inspiration from Andre Agassi's Tech Challenge line with Nike, and I think it's a really cool look. You know, it's got a lot of colors that you don't see very often. It's kind of got a darker overall appearance, but then the orange and bright magenta kind of brightened up with little pops. You know, one of the cool things about the glove to me is that you have a lot of different options when you're wearing them. You can have it fully zipped up like this, but you can also open it up, you know, zip it partially or all the way down and just kind of leave it there, and you kind of expose some of the laces. Or you can even fold it down towards the back and you really get to see a lot of what's going on with the shoe. So, you know, it just gives you a lot of options, and there are multiple ways you can wear it, especially when it comes to casual use. So let's dive right in and take a close-up look at kind of the colors, pattern, everything that's really going on with this shoe. Here we go with our close-up look of Gary Payton's signature shoe, the Nike Air Zoom Flight the Glove, in the Green Abyss or Tech Challenge colorway. Starting off with the upper and the shroud, the main colorway you see for most of this is your Green Abyss, and that's kind of like in this middle section, although as you can see it kind of darkens in the middle here to more of a blue, but then it lightens up again there, and you can see on the inside it's the same thing, a little bit there, darkens, and a little bit more there. Then coming up here, there's a little bit more of the green, but first you have a little bit of blue, a strip of turf orange, and then some bright magenta. And then there's kind of some extra colors going on here before it kind of turns to a purplish color at the toe. There's just obviously a lot of shifting in terms of the color on this graphic upper. And then if we look back here, there's a lot going on. You've got a little bit of purple, and you can see the turf orange. Then the turf orange mixes with some of that bright magenta, and you've got your blue laced in there. There's a lot of bright magenta here at the back, and you've got your stitching right there with the swoosh, and then it says the glove. Inside of the shoe is very similar, except there is no swoosh, so you just see a little bit more of it there. Speaking of the swoosh, that is blue on these with a black outline, and that ties in also with the zipper panel right here, which is that same blue. If you look right here, you've got this little piece of leather around the toe box just for some durability right there, where you're bound to kind of get those beat up. And I guess we'll look at the midsole really quick. You've got a black midsole primarily on the outside with Zoom Air spelled in there, and then it also has a turf orange swoosh back there. If we look at the inside of the shoe, you've got a lot more turf orange. It basically is the first half, and you got your black back here, again with an orange swoosh. Now looking up here at the very top, you've got your Velcro enclosure. It's bright magenta with your blue swoosh sitting right there, and once we open it, you can see there is the blue zipper pull with the swoosh in there. And so if we zip these down, we can take a look at the rest of the shoe. So there we have it. You've got a mostly bright magenta upper for the main part of the shoe, and as you can see, a lot of it's mesh. You've got a little bit right here that's not mesh, kind of around the eyelets, but other than that, the majority of the upper is mesh. You've got your monkey paws back here, which are black. There's 5 of them, and basically the point of these was to kind of help with stability so that, you know, Gary Payton's ankle wouldn't roll or twist. They're actually very sturdy, and so they kind of keep it fairly rigid, but they're also lightweight. It's a really cool idea. You've got that on the inside and the outside. You've got right here your heel pull. It says Flight. And then if we pull this down a little bit more, you've got your Flight Wings logo in black, and the Flight text is in turf orange. If we come back over here, you've got white text that says exoskeletal, and that relates to how kind of the stability part of the shoe is on the outside, kind of like an exoskeleton. It's on the outside, but it's the main support part. On the inside, the text is 1.5 articulation. If we look, the inside of the outer shroud is white, and that's the one thing that I don't like about these shoes. Because, there's very little white on this pair other than this text over there and there. And so it sets it off a little bit just because you've got a lot of dark colors going on, and then suddenly to have that white is a little off-putting, and also I'm sure it's going to get dirty pretty easily. But other than that, that's really my only complaint with the pair. As you can see, you've got your blue lining here along the zipper, and then you've got a little bit of a lip of bright magenta wrapping around. If we look now to the tongue, you've got a bright magenta tongue. It's mesh down for the bottom part. You've got black laces, and then the lace loops themselves are inside of the upper, and those are in turf orange. Up here on the top, you've got, very similar to the Velcro enclosure, you've got your bright magenta with the blue swoosh. And if we take a look inside the shoe, you probably won't be able to see it, but it does have a blue insole with Zoom Air and the swoosh written out in bright magenta. And as you can see, these shoes are extremely padded. There's a ton of padding both around the collar and on the tongue itself. They're very comfortable to wear. Like I said, I like zipping them. I'll zip them right to about there or so, and then I generally think I guess I haven't worn them much, but I plan to kind of keep it like that, although I could also see folding it down a little bit. But now we'll take a look at the outsole. You've got a primarily turf orange outsole with little ribbons of your bright magenta, and right there's just a little black insert, kind of your harder plastic for stability. And right up there we've got Zoom Air spelled out. The Zoom is a kind of a bold text, and the Air is thinner. You can actually hardly see it on this camera. But so all in all, like I said, it's a very unique design. The shoe itself is very unique, and then the colorway, I think, adds something to it. I wouldn't want to see a lot of retros of the glove released with, graphic uppers. I think that would get a little much, but I think this pair was executed really well. Like I said, something a little bit different, and it's something it'll be fun to wear for sure. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.